Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another live stream here on the channel. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic, and there's a tornado warning.
Tornado warning for northeastern Butler County in southwestern Ohio, northwestern Warren County in southwestern Ohio, Butler, and Warren County in Ohio.
Almost got through it. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday so far. Glad to have you guys all in here tuning into another live stream. Let me just fix a few things if I can figure out where the heck this product is. Okay, there we go. I'll go ahead and turn that off. All right, I think we are good to go. I'm going to zoom this into 100%. And let's switch right on over straight to coverage. Any, mini, miny, mo. Got it. I got it. I almost went to blizzard warnings. But yeah, we do have a tornado that's about to touch down out here just over and barely north of Lake City in Arkansas. So let's see what we have in here in the chat today. I'll start from as far up as Streamlabs is going to let me. So Sebastian, Phoenix, Lakeisha, Sam, Proxy, Carson, Pete, Caleb, Jake, Sam, Legacy, Cody, Jake. I may have mentioned a few 2 times. V, Lily, Alt, Johnny. How close are we? Glad to see you guys all in here for another stream. Didn't plan on streaming today, but here we are. I had enough energy to stream, so I decided to start up a stream. And we still have quite the amount of severe weather ongoing here. Plenty of severe warnings and a few tornado warnings. Most of those newer warnings that you just recently heard come in are going to be from these QLCS spin-ups being possible in Ohio and Indiana over the next couple hours. But if we're going to see a strong tornado threat today, it is 1,000,000,000% going to come from these storms here as they move off to the east-southeast. That's going to be our main strong tornado threat for today. And they will probably end up issuing more watches briefly. I don't know if they put out any MCDs, but I do want to just check this one again. This is going to touch down at any moment. We could see a strong tornado touch down here just near Black Oak. But yeah, I've been on and off looking at these storms here. I know we've seen, at minimum, we have seen 6 tornadoes, one of which was strong in southern Illinois. So I know for a fact we've already seen a tornado outbreak. I know we've seen about, I know we had an unofficial wind gust report of like 107 miles an hour, and then an official measured gust of like 96 miles per hour. So we've had some big time damaging winds today. And we did have a watch for hail up to 3.5. I don't know the largest hailstone that we've seen today. That's not. I know we had a few destructive severes, but I haven't been paying attention to reports. 2.5, 2.25, 2-inch. It looks like 2.5. Oh, 3-inch hail reported in Jackson, Arkansas at 2358Z. So we'll keep an eye on our hailstones too, but I don't think we're going to get close to 3-inch hail, and I don't think we'll get close to 96 or so mile-an-hour winds, probably for the rest of this stream. Let's go up to the Paducah radar site real quick. Yeah, I don't see much up there. That is currently tornadic. Our main tornado threat, our peak tornado threat, is beginning to decrease. We've actually started our live stream as we're cressing over that peak tornado activity. From here on out, from about 8:30 Eastern time is when our main tornado threat begins to decrease, and we've already passed that point. So we could still see a few brief, strong tornadoes, especially in far east Arkansas, far west Tennessee over the next couple hours. But our primary threat for all hazards is decreasing now, which is good news. So if you didn't tune into the gaming stream, Lucky is actually here with me. Lucky, if you want to peek over.
What's up, y'all?
Because I know not a lot of you guys tuned into that stream last night, so he's to my left. And I may get him to cover a little bit. I don't know if he wants to. We'll see.
It's up to you.
We'll see if he wants to, but he is here, and here comes a
Tornado warning for Poinsett County in eastern Arkansas, west central Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas, Mississippi, and Poinsett County in Arkansas.
All right, that was a new one in Arkansas. If I had to assume it was an extension of this one. Legacy and Pete just said hi, Lucky. Pete and Legacy just said hi to you.
What's up, y'all?
Envy. That was actually a new one for Greenfield in northeastern Arkansas. Interesting new warning there. Put my mic closer. There we go. Now you guys can hear me much better.
I moved it yesterday.
Oh, there's a 3-inch hail report. I wonder if that was the one I was looking at earlier on the SBC site, but there you go. Yeah, because that's at 2358Z. That is the exact one. Oh, we don't know, Lakeisha. We do not know. It is a 10% tornado risk tomorrow, but it looks like utter garbage on the model runs.
50%.
So, yeah, on the model runs, it doesn't look like max 5% worthy. Max. So I don't see any debris signatures here near Black Oak in northeastern Arkansas. But I wouldn't be shocked if at some point we did have a tornado touchdown just east of Brooklyn in northeastern Arkansas. That would not surprise me whatsoever. And we do have a new supercell that is beginning to fire down here in Harrisburg. Wouldn't be shocked if that tries to put down a tornado over the next couple minutes to few hours here. So these are going to be the storm.
They went to burn.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, there you go. We're now in an observed warning. So now I have a tornado on the ground in Harrisburg, or barely to the southwest of Harrisburg, in northeastern Arkansas. So this is going to be where our primary tornado threat is for today. It's going to be focused on, in this little portion here of our huge enhanced risk for severe weather today. If you go ahead and look at the SBC outlooks, these are your probabilities right now. We are going to get a new SBC outlook in a little over 15 minutes. But there is your significant tornado threat. Very large 10 hatched risk for tornadoes. Like I said before, I think the main area is going to be right in here over the next couple hours. I don't believe we'll see much tornadic activity on the northern side of that 10 sig tornado risk. The wind threat has verified. It is a very, very large 45% chance for damaging winds. We nearly got a moderate risk because last night they had a 30 significant wind risk, and then today they took away the sig risk and added a 45%. So we almost got a moderate for wind, and a moderate for wind was probably needed. We definitely could have used a 45 sig moderate risk on that northern end up in this area, where we saw widespread 80 to 90 miles per hour through much of eastern Illinois into most of Indiana, and even up to Michigan there as well. And then there's your hail threat. 30 significant hail threat, which that did verify as well. Very good outlook. I mean, the SBC did a fantastic job today, nailing all of these risks for severe weather. So great job by them. Let's go back to that confirmed tornado warning, though, going towards Harrisburg. I can't see any CC. Let me see. Weather spotters have confirmed a damaging tornado 7 miles west of Harrisburg. So let's see if we can figure that out. So I assume that's like, yeah, right down in here. So it's right where that hook is. Right where that hook is where we have a tornado ongoing, moving up to the east-northeast. So that's going to go very, very close to Harrisburg. Indiana done. So there's your cold front. So if you are behind this line, right in here, you are done with severe weather, which is why I tried to chomp off some of my thumbnail. Even though this risk is still very large, I tried to make it only on the east side of this. So if you are behind this black line right in here, which is your general cold front, you are good to go. So most of Indiana is in the clear, with the exception of extreme southern Indiana and extreme southeast Indiana. The whole state of Illinois is most likely in the clear. If you're in extreme southern Illinois, like I'm talking pretty much in Paducah, that's going to be the only area where we may have a risk for a severe storm over the next 30 minutes or so. Most of Missouri, with the exception of the Boot Hill, is done for severe weather. Arkansas, a good chunk of Arkansas still has severe weather left. Your cold front is right in here. So half of Arkansas is done. The other half is not done for severe weather. And let me look at MCDs. A little surprised we don't have any MCDs out for Tornado Watch extensions, but we'll see if those eventually get issued. Let me go back over here. Shreveport area, you're in the clear right now, but you're most likely going to get some thunderstorms. Let me see if I can give you a generalized time here. Probably going to get some thunderstorms near 10:30, 11 p.m. tonight. They're either going to be over Shreveport or just to the south of you. And that is where we have a conditional strong tornado threat. Now, the SPC noted that in their discussion. There is a conditional strong tornado threat in here. If any supercells can really get going in the overnight hours. All right, we are down to just 2 tornado warnings. So like I mentioned before, our tornado threat and overall severe threat is actually decreasing. They did go ahead and not extend this one in Black Oak. The reason for that is it is beginning to become more outflow dominant. You can see here there's more winds pushing the storm out into a bow echo shape. So that's going to allow for a substantially less tornado threat. However, you could easily see a tornado try to spin up on the northern side, which is what we probably saw somewhere near Brooklyn. We probably saw a tornado touchdown. It should have been, if it did touch down, it should have been on the weaker side of things. We'll keep an eye for any reports there, but the exact same thing could happen later down the line here if this tries to increase in inflow at all. But for the moment, the main tornado threat is the imminent tornado threat is going to be with this one ongoing in Harrisburg, or barely to the southwest of Harrisburg in northeast Arkansas, as well as way up here in southwest Ohio, which I really don't see. Okay, that's why they issued the tornado warning. So yeah, there's this tiny little indent right here. It's very difficult to see on velocity, but it's this small little indent right there that is trying to rotate barely to the southeast of Trenton in southwest Ohio. So that is another imminent tornado there. If we give you a broader view here, we only have a few significant severes left over. We've got one that is about to expire in southwest Ohio. That's for 70-mile-an-hour winds. Let's see. I don't know how long that goes for. Let's go check up here. Don't need the measuring tool. 11 more minutes left on that one. And then we have another one somewhere. I think that's in Texas. Yep, for 2-inch hail. 70-mile-an-hour winds. And then our last one is going to be in west central Kentucky, southwest of Louisville, for 70-mile-an-hour winds. So all three significant severes are for 70-mile-an-hour winds, and there's actually one of them here in Texas that is also for 2-inch hail, along with that 70-mile-an-hour wind threat. Watch the one near Little Rock. I'm assuming you mean this storm here. Yeah, that could eventually become an issue in like about an hour or so. It's going to take a hot minute for that to mature into a fully grown supercell there, fully matured supercell. All right, so whilst we are waiting in between scans here, let's go over tomorrow's risk for severe weather from the SPC. So they have a absolutely ginormous slight risk and enhanced risk for severe weather. If you look at the tornado risk, this is actually the largest 10%, which is a non-SIG. So the largest 10% non-SIG tornado risk they've ever issued on their day 2 outlook. And that goes all the way from just to the south of the Harrisburg area in central Virginia, through most of North Carolina, almost through the entire state of South Carolina, most of Georgia, western panhandle of Florida, central southern Alabama, into southeastern Mississippi. That is for over 30 million people under the gun for multiple weak spin-up tornadoes for tomorrow. Also, the remnants of that QLCS is going to progress into Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida for most of the day tomorrow. So widespread 70-mile-an-hour winds. Isolated gusts may be able to approach 75, possibly a severe 2 up to 80. Will be possible, but mainly it's going to be widespread 60, 70-mile-per-hour winds with that very close to an isolated 70-mile-per-hour, or rather 75-mile-per-hour threat. Hail, the least of the concern. I don't think we'll see much hail tomorrow. If we get any prefrontals, which probably won't happen, we could see up to about 1.5 inches at most, at the largest, probably somewhere in Alabama, Georgia for tomorrow. So the main threat for tomorrow is damaging winds, very widespread damaging winds with spin-up tornadoes. Try to see what Lucky's doing over there.
Watching chasers.
Tornado on the ground in Ohio. Let's see.
That's just what I'm watching, the Harrisburg one.
Are you saying via radar, Sam? I can't tell via radar. Is there a spectrum width here? Nah. If it's via radar, you can't tell. Unless you're calling that the CC, which in that case, that is inflow / clear air. Yeah, see, ZDR right here would be dropped. See these green pixels? They would be gray. So that's no tornado yet. If you're saying from radar now, if there's reports of it, that's different. But considering this is going through a very, very, very populated area, if there was a tornado, there's a very high chance somebody is going to be able to see it and probably end up reporting it. 0Z Triple R's rendering. So that's going to get Lucky's ears right up. He's going to want to watch that. Got the 0ZH Triple R Lucky. That's going to be the determining factor if we chase tomorrow. Most likely the determining factor. Yeah, but this could drop down any moment. I mean, you could see a very... Man, what I wouldn't give to see this one. Look how low precipitation that hook is. Super low precipitation hook echo there. Look at that, Lucky. Oh, well, now it's getting slightly more HP. But that last scan, jeez. Big time LP hook echo there. I wouldn't be shocked if this produced a tornado at some point in its lifespan, considering how it's had a good hook for about, give or take, 10 to 12 minutes. Wouldn't surprise me. ZDR is very close, so, I mean, you're like... The radar is very close to thinking that's a tornado. But it's a difficult call. We'll need a more notable CC drop. to call it from radar, at least. Yeah, so you can see this is still a very large area of outflow and inflow winds, and I just don't think they're going to be able to connect again. It looks like this thing's really bowed out a lot. You could see a very large bow shape in the velocities beginning here, and the reflectivity as well. So I don't know if we're going to be able to see another tornado threat out of that. Let's go see what we may be lacking in. Okay, we definitely have plenty of ingredients as these storms get into west central Tennessee. They could end up intensifying further. Better lower level jet, better instability it looks like. Let's see here. About the same surface temperature dew point spread there. My biggest question is lower level winds. Surface to 1 kilometer helicity. That was the big underperformance bust mode, whatever you'd like to call it, factor for today. It looks like over the next over the next 2 hours, it's going to increase by 200. So it'll increase by about 200 over the next 2 to 4 hours in west central Tennessee. It will go from about 150, 200 to 400. So it'll increase by quite a lot over the next 2 hours or so. Which this was at 00Z, which is 8 p.m. So actually, in about an hour, that will increase by 200. Which, if we can get these storms to be more discreet at that time, that's going to be when a secondary prime tornado threat may be. You can see a lot more storms are beginning to fire, too, along that cold front. Definitely some more beginning to fire here. We should have an MCD any moment up here for Ohio. At least the southern portion of Ohio for a potential downstream watch issuance. Yeah, the new HRRR 00Z for the rest of the day definitely has spin-up strong tornadoes being a possibility in western Tennessee for the next couple hours. Definitely damaging winds around 70, 75 miles per hour possible. And still could see some isolated large hail up to about 1.75 inch in diameter possible. But if these storms were discrete, very discrete, they would be producing probably strong tornadoes. Still an observed tornado apparently here. Now going over Harrisburg, northeast Arkansas.
Tornado warning for southeastern Butler County in southwestern Ohio, Warren County in southwestern Ohio, northwestern Clinton County in southwestern Ohio, Butler, Clinton, and Warren County in Ohio.
Yeah, looks like there's another area, so there's 2 areas of rotation now developing. 2 areas there. Alright, sorry. Let's go back to GR2 here. See, this is where GR2 really shines because it's definitely easier to do an analysis on if there is a debris signature. Oh my word. Yeah. That's just too difficult to tell. It's because it's low precipitation. It is low precipitation. So it's difficult to tell if it's clear air or if it's just nothing. All right, let's go back down to our confirmed warning. Back here. Rethinks everything is a wedge. That is very, very true, Indiana and Sam. Oh, that is extremely true. Especially this year. Lucky, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a bit of scud or something. It would not surprise me.
They're like night vision mode. What is this?
It's also, yeah, night, like Lucky just said, so that's going to screw up any visuals you may have.
This just looks like one of those Tornado Chasers episodes, bro. That's what it looks like. Tell me it doesn't, bro.
No. There's also a little Indiana rotation I'm now watching up here. It's going to go towards Armour, northeast Arkansas. So you can see how these storms went from a bunch of tornado warnings and a bunch of considerable and even some destructive severes, and now they're into more of normal severe warnings and 1 or 2 tornado warnings. Now we only have 1, though. At least in this area. We still have that one up in Ohio. Which both of these areas very, very easily could spin up a tornado. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of these already did spin up a tornado and we just can't tell because of how low precipitation they are. See, like, it's impossible to tell if that's actual CC or if it's just interference because it is a LP hook echo.
Check the Harrisburg one, because that's one that 3 things that there's a wedge on.
That's back, oops,
That's a
here.
confirmed one.
Ooh, look at that rotation. Yeah, there's none. There's barely any rotation on this one. I'm surprised it even produced a tornado.
That was a weak one. Three probably yelled wedge, and then they said, "Oh no, gotta confirm it."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame him, bro. If I saw a tornado, I'm gonna yell wedge.
I won't. I would be very cautious. I would probably yell scud. That's scud lucky.
Nah, I'd yell. That's the biggest scud I've ever seen.
Yeah, the biggest scud, exactly. And then later on, they'd confirm it as a tornado. We're like, wait, that was a tornado? That's exactly what's going to happen.
No, that's exactly what's going to happen. Unless we literally see it do this.
Yeah, we're literally going to call it scud. And then the NWS is going to survey it and be like, that was a tornado, not scud. Because if you didn't know, that's what a tornado is. A tornado is a rotating column of air. So it in a way, it looks like scud.
The rotating column of a scud.
That's what, like, wall clouds too. They literally look like scud. Wall clouds look like scud. They look like just like scary looking clouds. And you think that's not a wall cloud, but it actually is.
See, because like that one video I had, y'all, it was I basically caught the end of a tornado, basically. And
no, you did catch the end of a tornado.
I did catch it.
It was occluding, and he got the end of it.
Yeah, it was still rotating.
And to him, it just looked like scud until he showed me it, and then we sped it up. I was like, that was definitely a wall cloud.
Yeah. So I mean, you gotta take videos and then speed it up, bro. Otherwise, you're gonna think everything's scud.
Especially in North Carolina, you're not gonna get a classic crazy mesocyclone. You're gonna get this tiny little area that has the smallest region of spin, and it's gonna be very weak spin. There's a confirmed tornado here going towards a marked tree, but I don't see any like big. That's in northeast Arkansas, by the way. I don't see any like big CC or anything that shows it being on the ground from radar. So Chasers confirmed it, so it's probably a small little tornado.
I wonder if there's a marked tree there because of the location named marked tree.
Dude.
Sorry, I had to.
I'm waiting for this new velocity scan. Are you talking about this one, Sam? I still don't trust that. But like I said before, it wouldn't shock me if that's ongoing. Let's see. Get Radar Omega up. Oh, I already have Radar Omega up here. Yeah, that's probably on the ground. Even if it's not on the ground, it is extremely close to being on the ground. So whether or not it's on the ground, regardless, you need to be in your safe spot if you're in Waynesville, Harrisburg, Clarksville, Marrow, Lebanon, all these areas in the tornado warning here in southwest Ohio, I believe. Yep, southwest Ohio still. Because you can see here, we've got plenty of inflow that is going into the storm here. And then we got the outbound winds here that are pushing along the storm, and that's creating spin. That's creating spin in the atmosphere. A little bit of spin on the southern end of this, right here, going towards Marrow, southwest Ohio, but a really good amount of spin up here. Pretty strong spin up in this area, going towards Harrisburg, southwest Ohio. Yeah, I mean, that's almost 100-mile-an-hour rotations, so like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if that is on the ground there. It would not surprise me. Okay. Still relatively similar between the 18Z and 0Z HRRR run for tomorrow. Yeah, look at that. That just got even stronger. So this definitely wouldn't shock me if it was ongoing. That would not surprise me one bit. Let's go back down to Arkansas again. Like I said, I just don't see any CC here, or really even English, really even any rotation. So if there is a tornado, it's got to be extremely weak at the moment. Since when did W switch to Spectrum with? Look at that. I didn't know that, Lucky.
If you go to all your products, and there's on your right side.
Over here?
Yeah, over there. And if you look at the letters, whatever letter has the underline, has like a line under it. That's the letters that switch their product.
Sweet.
Learn something new every day.
Sweet. I just always use 1, 2, and 3 because I have presets on that. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't use those.
Yeah, that's another thing that you could use.
That's useful.
Yeah. Guys, look at me being smart.
For once. What?
I'm sad now. Chad's gonna be like, look, you're not smart.
Man. Alright, let's go back up to Ohio. I keep going up to... Oh. Yeah. That's probably on the ground.
Dude, if that's not on the ground, I don't...
There's still no CC, but that is...
Where's it going through? Is it going through just like...
Now it's going through a wooded area. I'd be pretty surprised if that's not producing something at the moment. Jeez, yeah, you're at about 150-mile-an-hour rotation now, so...
No, there's another one to its south, too.
Yeah, I know, that's why we have the big warning. Here comes another warning.
Okay,
that's down here. That's radar indicated now, so we'll go back to radar indicated in 21 minutes unless the National Weather Service cancels that. Or this one could go observed pretty soon, too. It wouldn't surprise me. Because you're getting a lot of spectrum with there, too.
Tornado warning for eastern Poinsett County in eastern Arkansas, southwestern Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas, west central Tipton County in West Tennessee, Mississippi, and Poinsett County in Arkansas. Tipton County in Tennessee.
Extremely classic signature of a strong QLCS spin-up tornado trying to form here in Ohio, just barely to the south of Waynesville. This is going to go fairly south of Harrisburg, and then extremely close to Wilmington in southwest Ohio. And this is a very intense couplet of rotation. You have extremely strong winds going this way here. And then you have relatively weak winds going towards the radar this way. Or rather, away from the radar. These are winds going towards the radar. Our radar is right here. This thing's probably going to produce a tornado very close to our radar site. And that southern one's probably going to do it too. I wouldn't be surprised if both of these are about to, or maybe even are, producing tornadoes. I'll wait for that new velocity scan, and then I'll explain the velocities in just a second, because I didn't realize our radar site was here. I thought our radar was, like, back here for some reason. Come on, new scan. Right now. There you go. Yeah, so you have, that's in a clear air slot. But yeah, you have winds that are extremely strong going this way. Then winds that are coming around back like this. And then this one's ridiculous. You have a whole lot of intense winds
Tornado
going like this.
warning for northeastern Warren County in southwestern Ohio, western Fayette County in central Ohio, northern Clinton County in southwestern Ohio, southeastern Greene County in west central Ohio, Clinton, Fayette, Greene, and Warren County in Ohio.
So that's still radar indicated. But I wouldn't be shocked if that goes observed at any given point. Watch that potential clear air CC right there. See what it does on the next scan. Because I believe that's clear air at the moment. Ew. Look at that, Lucky. Relatively, pretty much all clouds tomorrow. I think tomorrow we would like more clearing.
See, last time was too much clearing.
This time it may not be enough.
Yep. Exactly.
Alright, let's just very briefly go back down. Oh, well, hold on, new scan. Tricky. I'm not 100% sure it's on the ground by any means, but it just wouldn't surprise me if it is. I mean, in an area of rotation that strong, it wouldn't shock me if it's produced a brief spin-up tornado. Alright, so we are now back down to radar indicated. As you can see here, on that newest scan, within the last minute, they have canceled that confirmed tornado warning. So we are back down to a radar indicated tornado warning for the moment. Yeah, it's still extremely classic and intense embedded hook echo here inside of this this line. Very easily could produce a tornado. That's going to go up towards Port William, Williamton, and then eventually go up towards Jeffersonville in southwestern Ohio. This is the Paducah, Kentucky radar site. You see not much rotation anywhere in that line. Oops. There you go. This is the one in Memphis, Tennessee.
Tornado warning for
Don't see much
central
here either.
Breckinridge County in central Kentucky, Breckinridge County in Kentucky.
Did they really warn this? Yeah, let me go back to the, okay. That wasn't the area I was looking at. Because I literally just said there was no rotation, and then I heard a tornado warning for central Kentucky, so I thought they warned one of the areas that I said had no rotation. But it was actually here where they warned it. Somewhere in here. Oh, there you go. Wait for that new scan, should be right now. Yep. Uh-oh, GR2, a little slack in here. There you go. So there's that small little area of rotation. We should get a new scan here in a second. Small little air rotation going right towards Hardenburg in extreme west central Kentucky. It's not looking terrible, Lucky. Ooh. Those temperature dew point spreads, maybe we don't want so much clearing, Lucky, because temps already up to 76, dews are at 58.
That's too much.
Yeah, so maybe we don't want clearing. We'll see what it has for shear. It's 18 frames in out of 48, so it's got plenty of time. All right, let's go back over to Ohio again. So yeah, you're looking at a 150 mile an hour couplet yet again. Lucky, that is like, look at that.
Look at mine.
Yeah, exactly. Look how intense that is. I mean, if this isn't producing a tornado, I just don't know what to tell you.
Look at this. Look at this.
Matter of fact, that might be CC right there. That lines up. That's our first CC that doesn't look like clear air.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Jeez. Oh, and if that is a tornado, that is right over houses. Like, literally, that touchdown right over homes. Let's see, ZDR. Let's check ZDR. You do have a ZDR drop. A little spectrum with increase, but not much. But you do have that ZDR drop. That could be a tornado. We'll give it another scan. If that CC gets significantly larger, then we can... Is that... That's in the clear slot. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, see, it didn't get significantly larger, so I'm not confident.
Go back. You see just southeast of Harrisburg, whatever that is?
This?
Wasn't that it?
That's what I was talking about.
Okay, now go to the next frame.
It would have been here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it would have been right there.
Oh, you got a little...
So, I don't... That might have been a quick spin up.
Like a real quick one.
Maybe. It's difficult to tell, but I'm not confident that was a tornado. But at some point, like I said, at some point in this storm's lifespan, somewhere in here, I'm sure it's dropped a tornado somewhere in this area. At some point. It just didn't have a notable CC because it wasn't strong. Because this thing's had a good couplet for a very long time now. I mean, it's been capable of producing a tornado ever since 015Z. So that's over an hour ago now. It's been trying to produce for over an hour ago, and I'm sure at some point it succeeded. But we just won't know until they survey the areas. Which won't be for another, at minimum, at the absolute soonest, 12 hours. And lucky, I mean, at the moment, that is completely different. 18Z is significantly more linear. 00Z is firing semi-discrete.
And just clearing your head
watch the next frame. I guarantee that's all going to be a line.
See, I would hate to miss a 10% and something actually happens. But then if we chase, nothing ain't gonna happen.
That's a big hail spike over marked tree right there. Northeast Arkansas. Go back to Kentucky. Wrong one. This one. Don't see much there. Yeah, we're just going to stay with this one in Ohio. Try to see if we can see any CCs yet. I mean, Lucky, it looks crazy for North Carolina on reflectivity, but then you look at Cape, it's like, okay, 0 to 1 kilometer shear is just not there.
It's gonna be, if anything, it's gonna be an even threat, because whatever lower level jet you have, that's what's gonna start.
I mean, it's not terrible.
The mouse spoke too soon. Oh no.
What do you say?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Nothing.
What?
Yeah, we're thinking of chasing NC, but I'm not too sure yet. I mean, dude, this couplet. I haven't looked at radar all day. I've glimpsed at it. I glimpsed at it during the race. Did you break another chair? No, that's the one he already broke. Just kidding. But that's probably the strongest couplet we've seen today. That was at like 150 miles per hour. Ooh. Yeah, when we get the next scan, see if that goes up with height or not. Let's see. I bet that tornado warning's for this storm right here. An extension.
Tornado warning for southwestern
Yep.
Fayette County in central Ohio, central Clinton County in southwestern Ohio, north central Highland County in south central Ohio, Clinton, Fayette, and Highland County in Ohio.
I'm trying to get a secondary height scan on this 920. 915, we don't have one yet. That might be a CC drop, but I need to wait for a height scan. And I don't think we're going to get one. We probably are not going to get one. Spectrum width. Range folded. But that is your southern hook echo. So this was the one we've been talking about for about an hour. A little over an hour here. Now going up towards Port Williams. But there was a secondary that is now formed, and it has a suspicious CC. Now, that doesn't mean it is a CC drop / debris ball. It's just a suspicious CC that we need to keep an eye on, see if it ends up looking more like a debris signature later down the line. To me, it doesn't. Yeah, to me that looks more like clear air now. Which is why we always give it 2 scans before saying anything about a tornado on the ground. Unless it's like extremely obvious and all your products confirm. Which there's 4 main products you use to confirm a tornado. Actually 5. So you use reflectivity, velocity, CC, spectrum width, and ZDR. If all 5 of those can check the boxes, then there's a good chance that whatever you may be looking at is probably going to end up being a tornado. But you have to know how to read every single one of those products properly. Which I mess that up sometimes. Because, yeah, you can have some very difficult calls on what may be and what may not be a tornado. Where's this one going to be?
Tornado warning for southern Harrison County in south central Indiana, southeastern Meade County in central Kentucky, southwestern Bullitt County in central Kentucky, northeastern Hardin County in central Kentucky, Harrison County in Indiana. Bullitt, Hardin, and Meade County in Kentucky.
So, reflectivity check, velocity check, CC check, ZDR check, spectrum width almost a check mark. You have yellow up here. That has a possibility to be a tornado, but we need to give it another scan. We got to give it another scan to see if we can confirm that or not. Now, if that CC was even just like 3 miles more to the northwest, it would be clearly in the clear slot right here, but it's not. So this is your clear slot right here. Right there is your clear slot. If we switch to CC, some of that CC is outside of that clear slot. So that's what makes me a little skeptical that this may be or may not be a tornado, because half of it's in the clear slot, half of it's not. which is why we're going to give it another scan. Lucky if you look at the ZRZ. So things initiate semi-discrete, instantly clustered, and then linear. All within 3 hours.
We're gonna have like a 1 hour prime tornado threat, or like 2, maybe max 3. Depends how.
Probably not even 0. Because when they first initiate, they're in a bad environment, and then when they keep going, they get into a slightly better environment, but they're still elevated. And then by the time they get in a surface-based environment, they're linear.
Hey,
Yeah, see, I don't see that CC anymore, so that may not have been a tornado. Lucky's requested I turn off my camera briefly. This dude.
Oh,
yeah, it's been off. Come on, hurry up. You gonna fall out of a chair, chat. Oh man. Yeah, but that was only there for 1 scan, so I'm not gonna call that a tornado. You can see it was there for 1 scan and then it was gone, so. What about this? Dude. Now, when you're on top of the radar site, like we are here, the easiest thing to do is look up in height and see if you see a big debris ball, which in this case, we definitely cannot. I definitely see a very evident mesocyclone. For sure, there's an area of rotation. So, the only storm that I think might have produced a tornado in the entire time that we have been live, in terms of from a radar perspective, is this one up here near Red Lion. When it was in between Red Lion and like Port William, somewhere in that area. Somewhere in here, this might have produced a tornado.
Warning for
and then, of course, we had
Meade
the
County in central
observed warning in
Kentucky,
Arkansas.
East Central Breckenridge County in central Kentucky, Central Hardin County in central Kentucky, Breckenridge, Hardin, and Meade County in Kentucky.
But that one that was observed out here in Arkansas, we didn't even get a CC drop on it. That was probably a weak spin up, so. I haven't seen any defined debris signatures just yet. Like I said, we had a possible one back up here in Ohio, but it wasn't a solid, defined, obvious CC drop. Yeah, so there's both your mesocyclones. See, this is literally looking like only 150 feet up, so you're literally getting as close as you can get to just an absolute perfect radar scan there. So both of these have weakened quite a bit. What's that? See, you get, when you're close to the radar, you get all these suspicious little CCs. Because it's all radar interference, so that's what I hate about being very close to radar, is you end up thinking like half the things are CC drops. Because you have so much radar interference. I want to wait for that next velocity scan, should be in about 6 seconds. Wait, see what that shows. NAM00Z should come in shortly as well for tomorrow. See what I mean by very suspicious CCs? You're literally like nearly on top of the radar site, so it's too difficult to say. But very well-defined mesocyclone there. Winds going away from the radar, and then winds going towards the radar. So very well-defined mesocyclone up there. So a hook echo is when an area of rotation rotates rain droplets around that mesocyclone. So, for instance, if we go forward a little bit, this is a hook echo. So this is rain. This is all rain, right? And the pink, that's very heavy rain. The little gray pixels you see sneaking in here, that's hail. This kind of orange, yellow, and red, that is all rain as well. So once you have an area of rotation that spins here, so you have a bunch of winds that are going this way, and then a bunch of strong winds going this way, what it does is it rotates the rain droplets around that area of rotation. So if you get a very tight pixel to pixel area of rotation, like here, for instance, you have this very strong area of intense winds that are just rotating very, very, very rapidly in this area of the storm. And that creates those rain droplets to circle around this area. So that makes a hook echo. And this is what we call the hook echo, right in here. Right here. That's your hook. That little part that hooks out. It hooks out because it is evident of winds flowing like this. And then winds, that was a terrible arrow. Winds flowing this way strongly, and then winds flowing strongly this way to help rotate a thunderstorm. Sometimes you can even get fake hook echoes too. I've seen a lot of fake hook echoes. Hmm.
What?
Uh, okay. Oops, my bad. Hold on, y'all. There we go. See, that's difficult, Lakeisha, because both me and Lucky won't have our secondary devices. Or will you, Lucky? You won't, will you? Yeah.
Unless we go back to my house and get it.
Yeah.
And go right back west.
That would be terrible. Who knows, though? Maybe we'll end up that way. We don't know what we're doing tomorrow. That's the problem with trying to storm chase weather. It's unpredictable. Especially when you're trying to forecast it for, like, your house. Because that's such a small, precise area.
And to be honest, guys, we do not want to chase no line again. We've already chased like 3 or 4 of them this year.
Already in 1 month, yep.
In 1 month. And we really don't want another one. Because all 4 of them had like a tornado threat and it did not play out. Well, actually, no,
Well, the first one almost did.
Yeah, we drove into the tornado warning and saw nothing. But that's because we were
a little too far behind it.
Yeah, we were literally core punching it the whole time.
Roanoke area, probably just some damaging winds, heavy rain. A spit up tornado threat's definitely there, especially after 4 p.m. Eastern. From like 4 to 7 is your prime threat. But there's a lot of uncertainties regarding tomorrow's threat because we have to figure out what's going to happen when these storms hit the Appalachian Mountains tomorrow at like noon.
We're gonna watch some of the storms hit those mountains, right? We could watch them.
We could literally.
we don't gotta go nowhere. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens once they hit the mountains. Imagine just clear skies. Imagine. Oh, that one. Sorry.
Lucky just can't stop eating every like 30 minutes, y'all. He's always grabbing something.
Hopefully not pick up on a.
Oh my word.
I don't know where that is.
Gracious day, dude.
We were there. Nearly.
Let me show you the uncertainty we're dealing with. Here's one scenario, a line, which I think is a better, most likely case scenario. So damaging winds, 60 miles an hour, spin up tornado threat is the main issue. And then here's the other scenario where you don't even get rain. So it's difficult to tell. I think this is the more likely case scenario here. which is a line. So 60-mile-an-hour winds, maybe a spin-up tornado. Primary time frame should be between 4:30 and 7:30 Eastern. We'll know. We'll know a lot more once those storms hit the Appalachians at noon. That might. Hold on. Let me very quickly go take this radar site. See, that goes up with height. Let me look at ZDR. ZDR drop. Little spectrum width. So once again, we'll give it another scan and see if that might be a potential tornado there.
I'm making sure it doesn't pick up on.
Yeah, he moved on to another bag of
I'm
chips.
making sure it doesn't get picked up on stream. Yeah, I definitely did, but okay.
Oh my goodness. See, yet again, just like all the other possible CCs we've seen today. I mean, unless that's still it, we gotta wait for the velocity scan.
Move.
Oh. There's the velocity scan. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't think that's a CC. Well, then again, it goes up with height, so...
I'm closing it. No, yo.
$11:35. Okay. I am more convinced that that is a tornado. ZDR drop. This one. And give me ZDR. Yeah, that lines up pretty dang well. That probably is a tornado. I'm not for certain, but there's a good chance. There's a good chance, considering that it's been there for 3 scans. At first possible touchdown there, continued, and is still continuing. So that's the first possible CC drop there. That's more convincing than the last one we had up in Ohio. Well, we gotta give it another scan, right? Give it another scan. Let's go check those storms in Ohio, actually. So, where this possible tornado is, this is in just barely to the southwest of Westport in far west central Kentucky. Far west central Kentucky near Westport. See, now that is a tornado. That is a tornado right there. That is a CC drop in a field. So there is a very high chance that is a tornado ongoing. Pretty close to the radar site, northwest of Highland. That looks like a CC. That looks like a CC drop. So most likely a tornado ongoing here northwest of Highland in southwestern Ohio. And you can see that does go up with height, up to about 1,100 feet. So pretty dang good chance that we just had a tornado right there northwest of Highland, southwest Ohio. I want to go back to that storm in Kentucky.
There's a county named, this is County, Mississippi, Arkansas.
Tornado warning for southwestern Franklin County in central Ohio, northern Fayette County in central Ohio, northwestern Pickaway County in central Ohio, Southern Madison County in central Ohio, Fayette, Franklin, Madison, and Pickaway County in Ohio.
All right, there you go. New tornado warning. Oh, that's for up here. I didn't even see that. That's for up here. I didn't even see that hook echo. Yeah, I'm still thinking that was a tornado. You can see the CC drop there. Look. Touches down, picks up stuff, picks up more stuff, and now it's starting to lift probably right over the radar site. You can see it clearly. See the CC jump around right in this area. So there's a very good chance that was a tornado. It may still be a tornado going right over the KLVX radar site here in far west central Kentucky. And then I'm still convinced that this was probably a tornado too. So we probably had about 2 or 3 tornadoes over the last 10 minutes, just right there. Southwest Ohio, maybe even 2 in Southwest Ohio. And then very confident we had one in Kentucky as well. Very confident that that was one in Kentucky too. So I think we just had 3 tornadoes. None of which I believe were strong. I don't believe any of them were strong. Most of these were probably quick spin-ups. If not near all of them. But that shows you why you need to be seeking shelter for every single tornado warning. Because the National Weather Service is not always going to have a very clear call of observing a tornado. Like I've tried to say before, an observed tornado warning means that the tornado has already been on the ground. Let's see what
tornado
this
warning for Central Fayette County in central Ohio, northeastern Clinton County in southwestern Ohio, southwestern Pickaway County in central Ohio, northwestern Ross County in south central Ohio, Clinton, Fayette, Pickaway, and Ross County in Ohio.
I know, I'm nearly like 100% sure this was a tornado right here. My only question is it still ongoing? This one might have been a bit of a stronger tornado here, north of Radcliffe, west central Kentucky. Let's see. I bet you didn't know what I was looking at right there, did you? I was actually looking at this. This is probably a tornado ongoing here, about to go through Radcliffe. I was looking at that multiple times there. So if we go up with height, once again, up with height, possible CC, possible CC, possible CC. All 3 scans, velocity couplet, velocity couplet, velocity couplet, velocity couplet forming. Probably just had another tornado. ZDR confirms, spectrum width confirms. So this checks all boxes. Reflectivity, velocity, ZDR confirms, spectrum width confirms, CC confirms, goes up with height, ZDR. Tricky to say if it goes up with height, but probably does. Spectrum width goes up with height. Velocity couplet goes up with height. Most likely a tornado going through Radcliffe right now. Probably a very weak one, if not lifting right now. So we've probably just had about 4 tornadoes there in a matter of 15 minutes. All of which were from quick spin-up QLCS lines.
Tornado warning for southeastern Fayette County in central Ohio, east central Clinton County in southwestern Ohio, northeastern Highland County in south-central Ohio, northwestern Ross County in south-central Ohio, Clinton, Fayette, Highland, and Ross County in Ohio.
Let's see here. And see, these are such small signatures. If you're wondering why the SPC, or rather the National Weather Services, may not be confirming these, it's because they're so small duration. Like, they're like 2-minute CC drops here. And it's not easy for the National Weather Service to watch all these storms for every single last scan. But they try their best. And then you have tricky situations where storms are literally over
Tornado
radar
warning
sites.
for southern Jefferson County in central Kentucky, northern Bullitt County in central Kentucky, Bullitt, and Jefferson County in Kentucky.
So they did actually, I know it's a weird one, but they did actually introduce a 30 significant hail risk out here in southern Arkansas into Louisiana. That darker brown, that's actually a 30 sig hail risk there. Now that's way well. That still looks like it was a signature to me. Still looks like it was a CC drop there. Looks like it's probably breaking off and lifting now. Let's go back up to Ohio. All these storms in Ohio don't look good anymore. Like the last 2 scans, they just all fell apart. Yeah, they all fell apart on those last 2 scans. I don't even see... Literally, like, within 5 minutes, all 3 of these areas of rotation just fell apart. All 3 of them. That fast. Let's go back down to Memphis radar site. Yeah, these storms just grew linear too fast. So they're not even posing much of a tornado risk at the moment. Ready for Wednesday? Nope. I'm not ready for Wednesday. First, we got to get through Tuesday's dry line setup, though. And I don't even know what's happening. Oh, yeah, duh. I was about to say I don't even know what's happening tomorrow. Of course I know. It's going to be an underperforming risk in North Carolina and Virginia tomorrow. That's what it's going to be. I can't tell you the last time we had a 10% verify. It was probably in 2023 or 2022. That still looks like it has fallout to me. So, if we turn this on, that's your, is that your possible track there? Let me see this one. Oh, definitely not that one. Yeah, so your possible tornado track here is right in this area. Possible tornado track right there. Zoom back in. Trying to get it exactly correct. There you go. Like generally right in there on the northern side of Radcliffe. Alright. All these areas of rotation just seem like they're recycling to me, which is why I'm going through them all very, very quickly. So what they're doing is they're all trying to recycle right now. They all just attempted to produce tornadoes, and I think about 3 or 4 of them did. I think we had one here near Radcliffe, and then I think we had another one here south of Brandenburg. And then I think we had another one up here in southwest Ohio. Which one was it? Was it that? I forgot exactly which one it was. I think it was that right there. Yeah, it was that right there in the middle of the field. Yep. So that was 3. And then, do we have a possible one over here? I forgot. But at least 3 possible tornadoes in the last 15 minutes. Where's that warning for? Let's go take this up here. Was that for Hillsborough? Well, I guess we're going to have to listen for it.
Tornado warning for southern Jefferson County in central Kentucky, northeastern Bullitt County in central Kentucky, Bullitt, and Jefferson County in Kentucky.
Yo, I can't keep up anymore. I'm doomed. Okay, it was for the northern one. There we go. So that was for the one in Hollyvilla over Fairdale. All right, well, whilst all that recycles, just briefly, I want to go over Wednesday's risk for severe weather really quick. So we have an absolute ginormous slight risk and enhanced risk for severe weather across pretty much the entire area that saw severe weather today. You're going to be seeing severe weather again on Wednesday, but probably on a higher end scale. We have a very large level 2 slight risk, very large level 3 enhanced risk. I am...
Tornado warning for southwestern Spencer County in central Kentucky, northwestern Nelson County in central Kentucky, Bullitt County in central Kentucky, northeastern Hardin County in central Kentucky, Bullitt, Hardin, Nelson, and Spencer County in Kentucky.
I'm very confident we will see a moderate risk probably on the day 3 outlook tomorrow. Most likely over the southeastern side of this area that is currently under an enhanced risk. We're probably going to see a day 3 moderate level 4 out of 5 introduced in that region. And then this is definitely the type of setup that ends up with a very large high risk 5 out of 5 for severe weather. I know we are very still very far out, about 72 hours out from storm initiation, but it definitely could see this eventually competing for a high risk caliber setup. Depending on how many prefrontals we end up getting out in front of the line. And that is going to be the main question. That is going to be the main question. How many prefrontals will we see in this area? If confidence is high on prefrontals, we'll most likely see a high risk issued. If it's a little bit low, we'll probably still have that moderate risk out. So either way, I think this is going to go moderate. Whether or not we see prefrontals or not, I believe this is going to go moderate. The tornado threat should be high-end caliber regardless of storm mode. If we end up with a QLCS, it will be a very high-end damaging wind threat with multiple spin-up, probably strong tornadoes. And if we have a QLCS and then prefrontals, it will be that same ordeal, but we would have a long-tracked, intense to maybe even pushing violent tornado threat with any semi-discrete supercells inside that volatile environment in Arkansas, West Tennessee, into Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri. Depending on how many cells we get. That's what it's going to depend on. How many prefrontals can we get out of this threat on Wednesday? Our overall setup looks very, 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 very intense. You've got a displaced trough off to the north, which allows for minimal ascent over the open warm sector across the area I've circled here in white for Wednesday, which is April 2nd. That means that there's a better opportunity for semi-discrete storms along the cold front, as well as prefrontal supercells in front of the cold front. Also, you've got a very high-end environment here. You're looking at almost 4,000 instability. Your 0 to 3 kilometer shear is a minimum of 280. Your lower level jet is a very widespread lower level jet of 60 to 80 knots. So you've got an extremely volatile environment for long-tracked intense tornadoes here. It's all going to come down to how many prefrontals fire if we're going to see that intense to greater than intense tornado threat. But regardless, we're going to see widespread damaging winds. Regardless, we're going to see widespread large hail. Regardless, we're going to see multiple spin-up tornadoes. Regardless, we'll see strong tornadoes. It's just a matter of how many prefrontals we'll end up seeing that may or may not end up causing a very high-end risk for strong long-track tornadoes. Now, let me go over to Kentucky, please. Hopefully we see a lot of downtrends because that is a very high-end environment. That is definitely going to compete with March 14th and 15th for the best environment so far this year. I am 10 billion% sure we just had a likely strong tornado. Just east of Fairdale. If we look here, radar gives us a 100% chance of a tornado ongoing, and that goes up quite substantially with height. ZDR definitely confirms. Spectrum width definitely confirms. So every box is checked there. 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, and shoot, which one didn't I look at? 5th? Reflectivity, velocity, spectrum width, ZDR, correlation coefficient, all go up with height and all confirm a possible strong tornado. Just went through south of South Park View in far west central Kentucky. Also, that velocity couplet was about at 100 miles per hour. See if we got any more down here. I don't see any very obvious CC drops on this one, like that northern one. This was the best CC drop I've seen all day. But remember, I only glimpsed at radar until I went live at 8:35 or so. So that's the best CC drop I've seen today. A lot of these tornadoes are going to be surveyed over the next 72 hours and then added to the storm reports. Because right now, according to the SPC, we've only had 2 tornadoes today. I think we've had closer to 15. I think we've had closer to 10 to 15. Not 2. I could probably point out almost 15 of them. Yeah, still might even be a tornado ongoing south of Spring Mill. Ben, I think almost all the tornadoes today were along the line. I think the only one that wasn't was the PDS tornado warning in southern Illinois. Or maybe the one in northeastern Arkansas. One of those two. But pretty much all of the tornadoes today were QLCS fashion. Which made it difficult to tell. It made it difficult to tell what was CC and what was clear air. Because the CC drops were only for like 1 to 2 scans. Whereas this one that we just got, that was 1, 2, 3, 4 scans or so. 3 to 4 scans of a CC drop. So that was definitely a tornado. Like I said, that was the best CC drop I've seen in the day so far. These storms are trying to recycle in southwest Ohio, but they're not doing too well. Louisiana is going to pop off later tonight. They just upgraded the risk to a 30 sig hail down there. I'm pretty sure that's gonna... Pretty sure somewhere in Louisiana is gonna pop off in the overnight hours. And then very early tomorrow morning. Yeah, I did see that random tornado in Mississippi. Sure did. All right, we are now tornado warning list here on the southern mode. And look at that. There's a new tornado watch. Look at there. So now a new tornado watch recently issued out there from the Nashville area. Both moderate probs. That is a 60-40 tornado watch, which is really dead center. Dead center tornado watch probs there. And that one up towards Ohio. Trends are being monitored for a downstream watch. A severe or tornado watch may eventually be needed. A local extension of Tornado Watch 76 has already been issued. Let's see if we can see that. Oh, yep, there you go. Definitely had a big Tornado Watch extension there. So they already issued that. Today should have been a 45 sig wind, like I thought from 3 days ago. Yeah, like I was saying 3 days ago. Today should have been a 45 sig wind. I don't think it should have went 15 sig Tor. Over the last 48 hours, we realized that these storms were going to be lacking in lower level wind shear, and we wouldn't have as many discrete storms. So definitely a good call to not go 15 sig, but I think they should have went 45 sig moderate for wind. Probably in both areas. Definitely on the northern side for sure. But maybe even debatably for Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Southwest Kentucky, far southern Illinois. Oops. Okay. Let's see what we're seeing here. Kentucky. See, this is what I hate about QLCS spin-ups. They're very difficult to confirm on radar. Because the reflectivity is typically screwed up. It's either it looks like clear air or it's low precipitation. So it's not very easy to confirm tornadoes from radar with QLCS spin-ups. So I apologize if I've been a little rusty today. I know I haven't done the best analysis like I normally do. Let's go back to Ohio again. Just difficult to tell. When do all these start to expire here? 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Oh, I think they expire in 12 minutes, chat. All 6 of them expire in 12 minutes. So we'll see which ones get extended from there. Hello, Chip. I'll see how many tornado warnings are left, but we'll see. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It seems like pretty much all you guys really have. 55 likes. I appreciate all you guys being here for this urgent stream. Bad lucky.
I don't like it. Hold on.
I know it wasn't planned at all, so I appreciate all you guys having the notification on and tuning in.
All right. You're welcome.
I can't tell you I will go live tomorrow. That's the only questionable day, but I will be live for sure. I will be live Tuesday. For sure, we'll be live Wednesday. For sure, we'll be live Thursday.
I should be live. No, I'm bro. So this is my spring break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tornado warning for Spencer County in central Kentucky, southwestern Shelby County in central Kentucky, east central Jefferson County in central Kentucky, northeastern Bullitt County in central Kentucky, Bullitt, Jefferson, Shelby, and Spencer County in Kentucky.
Let's see. Yeah, so all these are just they're just your normal quick QLCS spin up tornado threats here. Nothing too weird or crazy about it. We just have these little indents of more intense bow echoes. So if we take off all these severes and everything, you can see we've got a pretty intense bow echo here, 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 and here. So we've got these 4 little bow echo segments. And if we turn back on those warnings, that's where most of your warnings are for severes and some for Tor. See? Look at that. Almost perfect. Southern end, right in here. Tornado warnings, and then severes and tornado warnings. Yeah, that might get classified as a derecho, Ben. This event may end up being classified as a derecho. Let me see. So it started over the St. Louis Metro, and then it lasted. I mean, actually, this line segment here, this line that we're still dealing with right now going into Columbus, Central Ohio, that started over St. Louis. That's almost 400 miles. The ones that moved into Michigan, those began in East Central Illinois, and that's about 380 miles. So definitely would not be shocked if we end up with a confirmed derecho today.
Tornado warning for central Stewart County in Middle Tennessee, Stewart County in Tennessee.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me there. I knew something was going to spark up here in Tennessee. That's one of the line segments I pointed out. So yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the SPC ends up saying that this was a derecho. Wouldn't be surprised at all. I don't see anything ridiculous at the moment in terms of rotation. Like there's just a couple little areas to watch. Sorry, I'm switching through everything so fast. If we are going to get another strong tornado today, it's probably going to be from these southern storms as they attempt to go more semi-discreet, but they are lacking in some ingredients. But regardless, that's going to be a big-time wind threat, some small hail, and probably a couple spin-up tornadoes, maybe 1 or 2 strong. Can't be completely ruled out. Let's see here. Give me just a moment. Give me a moment. Let's see here. Yeah, this was definitely a tornado outbreak. Let's see here. Ice storm's still ongoing. I did see that ice storm. That was crazy. Well, we had a huge area of ice storm warnings up here. It was insane over like the last 36 hours.
Weren't those there the day I came up here?
Yeah, they're still there. We've had an insane ice storm. This also looks a little suspicious here near Hopkinsville. I wouldn't be shocked if this tries to spin up a tornado in about 30 minutes to an hour. It's the little indent in the line that we always talk about. See that? It's that little indent. So inflow from the southeast goes up like this, then it hits storms, and it tries to rotate thunderstorms in this area of the line. So that's why you see these reds going up like this and greens pushing back out this way. So I wouldn't be shocked if that tries to spin up in about 30 minutes to an hour. Probably as it gets closer to like the Honey Grove area and then eventually Lewisburg, southwest Kentucky. Most of these warnings expire in 4 minutes. Can't even click the radar site no more. Does Columbus not have a radar site? Holy crap, they don't, do they? I remember this radar hole. Yeah, there's your new severe watch. I figured it would be a severe watch. That's for southeast Ohio, northwest West Virginia, southwest Pennsylvania. Let's see, we should lose like 3 or 4. Yeah, we'll lose 4 tornado warnings in 4 minutes. I'm sure you've already noticed I keep going back to this one storm near Greenfield, northwest Tennessee, because it is somewhat discreet. I've tried to look at it from multiple different radar sites. I think it's best to look at it from the Paducah radar site. It is Tor possible, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was a fake hook echo right there. Or I thought it was a real hook echo. Yeah, I thought this was a real hook echo. It's actually a fake one. That one kind of jump scared me a little bit there. Looked at velocity. There's no rotation at all. So still quite a few areas to watch, but hold on a second. Did they expand the enhanced? That enhanced looks a little bigger. SPC mapping day 1. They did the tiniest bit. They expanded it slightly eastward into Kentucky, Tennessee, and then actually a quite large expansion into Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Let me see. Yeah, they didn't change much in the southern risk, it looks like, in terms of the any extensions. They did extend it slightly south, actually. Yeah, they did extend the enhanced slightly more south. So, for instance, Alexandria, you were barely outside of the enhanced risk at the old update about an hour and a half ago, and at the new one, you got put into that enhanced risk. Maybe for hail. Nope. It's for wind. That's your 45 sig wind still in place, too. And it does go all the way down into Mississippi. I'll let you look at that again. There you go. It goes all the way through a good chunk of Mississippi as well. We have the opportunity for a very intense squall line to form tonight somewhere in the state of Mississippi and Louisiana. We could see a very intense squall line somewhere in here tonight. That will really get going. It will really get going towards 4, 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with, let me go here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with a little expansion of this enhanced risk into Louisiana more. If it goes more like that. I say that because it looks like a line's going to be ongoing tomorrow morning in this area. And I wouldn't be surprised if they push that slight risk just the tiniest bit more northwest as well. I'm unsure about the wind risk over in this area, but we'll just see what it looks like tomorrow. It's going to be really a last-second call to chase, to be honest with you.
Tornado warning for northeastern Nelson County in central Kentucky, Washington County in central Kentucky, Nelson, and Washington County in Kentucky.
So we're down to just 3 tornado warnings now. We peaked at, I think, 7, either 7 or 8 on this in this live stream. So we covered quite a bit. I mean, we got down to 2 tornado warnings at the very beginning of this stream. We were down to literally just 2. And then we had a secondary peak happen thanks to that lower level wind shear. Remember, I was talking about that lower level wind shear increasing by quite a bit. That's exactly what happened. Not only in Tennessee, but through much of the cold front. Y'all remember my tornado outlook this year? I think it's verifying. Because these risks have been huge. I remember my tornado outlook for this season, and it was like this whole area I highlighted potential above average season. And like these risks have been huge. We've already seen like 3 giant risks. And the SPC's broken like 4 records for the biggest risks in like the last month. So it's been crazy. We'll see how April goes. And then we'll see if it gets a little bit more inactive towards late May. Yeah, see, there's the little high pressure. It's still there on the GFS. Euro have it? A little bit. Model's been hinting for quite a while that we'll get a break towards the middle of April. But here's the problem. When you get a high pressure to build over the central or eastern U.S., you know what that's going to do? It's going to just keep building moisture in the Gulf, and it's going to just fuel all that area up. And then eventually, because it will happen, once that high pressure leaves and a trough enters the U.S., you end up with these very large, ridiculous risks for severe weather. Because a high pressure could sit there for 3, 4, 5 days, maybe even a week, and it just keeps building up that energy, and then eventually a trough will push through, and it will use up all that energy that's been building up for 5 days or whatever, and then it explodes. So that's also something we'll watch out. Well, we will watch out for towards the middle of April. That is an absurd signal for supercell composite. Jeez. Yo. I don't even think March 15th was that high. Dude. That is crazy.
3,543.
Yeah, that's 3,000 supercell composite, Lucky.
Wait. Whoa. How? How's that possible? Again, I forgot.
Dude, that's crazy.
3,000? Have I been alive for that many days?
I've been alive for that many days, dude. I'm looking at the signal for April 2nd, which isn't really much of a signal per se anymore because it's a guaranteed severe threat. But I'm still looking at the ensembles for it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and then week 2. towards the middle of April, things look to settle down a little bit thanks to that high pressure. And then I bet we'll kick off ridiculously towards the end of April. The end of April, from like April 25th to the very last day of April, that's always an active stretch of severe weather. I swear, every single year from April 25th to the last day of April, it's always active. It feels like it's always active on that stretch. Yeah, Misty, I feel like the beginning of April is going to pop off as per scene from the SPC, with 3 risks of severe weather already outlined. And then I think the middle of April may die down a little bit. And then once we get towards like April 18th, maybe 19th and on, it's just going to be another consistent period of crazy weather. And then May should be below average, but even though below average for May, it may be below average, it's still going to get a lot of activity. Below average for May doesn't mean no severe threats. It just means maybe a little bit less than normal. Let me go over here really quick, y'all. Okay. Go back to Kentucky's radar site. This is the one south central Kentucky. Yeah, you can see this still could spin up a tornado, but let's see. Yeah, they don't have it tore possible. It's still going to take a while. It depends. It looked better about 10 minutes ago. It still looks like it could try for something. The only reason why I say that is because there's a lot of reds here. There's a lot of inflow winds going towards a storm. It is still relatively outflow dominant, but like I mentioned before, you've got a lot of forcing here, and then it takes all those southeasterly winds, pulls them up into this area, and then you could try to get a spin-up tornado threat on that northern edge. That's what I'll watch for over the rest of this live stream, which probably won't be much longer, to be honest with you. I really just came on here to do a little bit of coverage, bit of a briefing after our long day. I really didn't want to just not cover today, so I decided I would at least do a little stream. Quick 2 hours. We are down to just 2 considerable severes. So only 2 significant severes currently active in the U.S. We are also down to just 18 severes, which at one point I believe we were up to 30. I believe we were up to 30 overall severes. We are also down to 3 tornado warnings, which will be down to just 2 if they allow this one to expire, which I don't know if that's going to happen. It still has a pretty good couplet there going towards Mount Eden in west central Kentucky. Yeah, I imagine so, Misty. The only problem in late April is there is going to be a weekend, and it's going to probably consist of a very high-end setup where I cannot stream. I will be at Talladega. I will be gone for like an entire weekend.
You're not gonna rely on me?
Yeah, you'll probably not be live either at all.
Why do you say that?
When do you live stream? What, huh?
Chat.
So, yeah, literally the weekend of Talladega, the weekend of Talladega's race, April 27th. April 27th is going to be the day of the race day. And I bet you there's going to be a high-end setup for severe weather in Dixie Alley, or just barely to the northwest of Dixie Alley. It's probably going to end up being somewhere in here. It might even be like that whole area. I just bet somebody in this area is going to end up with a big severe risk, because it's going to be at the end of April. I'll literally be gone. What? Like the 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I will be gone. So, Yeah, you'll be working probably all those days. You won't be live streaming. Don't hype up your channel when you don't even
25,
stream,
20
bruh.
25, I don't work. 26, I work. 27, no work. 28, I do work.
Don't worry, something will pop up on that weekend for you too.
Nope.
Watching the race. Are you trying to break my? He's trying to break my desk now, chat.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. You guys literally could hear him. He's trying to break my desk now.
No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I fell, guys.
I don't know how I'd be able to stream at all, Ben. I don't know how I'd be able to stream at all. And it's not like if it is a high-end setup in Dixie Alley. If it's a high-end setup in Dixie Alley, I'm running away. So I ain't chasing Dixie Alley. You'll never catch me chasing Dixie Alley, man. I'll be running away, man. I'll be running back to Martinsville. But we'll see. It's gonna happen because I can already tell you it's gonna happen. I can literally predict almost a month in advance that we are going to have a high-end setup between April 25th and April 28th. I can nearly guarantee it. Because we're going to have that high pressure that's in place over much of the U.S. in the middle of April unless something big changes. And then probably at the end of April, there's going to be this huge trough that swings by and it's going to cause all types of issues right over Talladega or something. Hopefully I'm dead wrong. I would love to be dead wrong and then I just get to enjoy a very nice weekend. Which obviously my family from Alabama is going to go to the race with us, so that's cool too. I'll get to see them. You want to be any louder over there? Holy crap. Jeez. Now he's trying to break my dresser too.
Yo, guys.
What else do you want to break? Like, jeez.
This dude thinks I'm trying to break everything.
Y'all heard him slam it too. Don't say you didn't, right, chat?
Pringles can.
On my dresser. I better put a dent.
That's what I did.
And there you go. He just broke my desk.
Let me see.
Oh, man. That desk has been through a lot, which is why I give it to Lucky. If he breaks that, it's ridiculous because I've had that thing for so long and it's still pretty nice.
Lucky.
Lucky. I'm trying to think, what did you fully break this time? You've put dents in a few things, I'm sure.
No, I haven't.
And probably screwed up something, but I'm trying to think of something you've fully broken.
Nothing.
I can't think of anything that he's fully broken yet, chat.
Nothing, guys.
I can't think of anything that he's like completely broken this time.
Nothing. Not even one thing.
Oh, watch. He'll break something. I'll wake up tomorrow morning. There'll be a hole in the floor. Something's going to happen.
Bro, I leave tomorrow, bro.
Doesn't mean you can't put a big hole in the floor overnight.
Yo, I slept on this floor for the past 2 nights.
Yeah, that's why he's got a big dent in the middle of it now.
Yo, guys, this dude thinks I break everything, bro. Like, it's not, yo, it's just bullying at this point.
Yeah, but you love it too. You're laughing over it. You're cracking up over it. You can't
No,
say
I'm
you
not,
don't.
Bro, I'm not even laughing, bro.
Oh, sure. I'm sure they believe you after they've just seen you smile for like a whole minute straight.
Who?
Dang, Lucky, you want to have any laggier game over there? Holy cow. I wish you guys could see his computer right now. Oh, man.
Oh, now it's not gonna. Oh.
Jeez, man. We're getting ready to wrap it up here. There's still a couple tornado warnings, couple severes. Thank you, Lucky. I'd love to get a piece of your COVID-19. Thank you.
Yo, you can't say that on YouTube, bro.
Did you just try to break my chair by smacking it right there?
Yo, you can get in trouble for saying that on YouTube. I saw something about that. What was it? TikTok. You can get in trouble for saying COVID.
We went to the race today, so I'm sure he probably has COVID. And he just gave it to me, so.
Bro, guys, okay.
Rest in peace,
Bro, if
man.
I got COVID, then that means this dude got COVID. Lucky is flying. What?
Get back over to your chair.
Ow! My toe!
The chair didn't even move.
Yes, you did! You literally moved it onto my toe.
Dude, chat. Help me.
Bro, no, help me!
Help me.
Help me, bro.
All right, chat. We're gonna wrap it up. This dude's getting complaining on me. I gotta go get him a pizza or something.
Bro, chat.
But we're gonna wrap it up. It's towards the end, anyways. So, just make sure you guys stay weather aware if you're still in the risk area. I'll see you guys probably on Tuesday. It's possible for tomorrow. I'm not for sure if I'll be chasing. It just depends. And even if I'm not chasing, I'm not sure if I'll even end up streaming. We'll just see how it goes. So, next guaranteed stream Tuesday night. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for tuning into this decently quick, urgent stream. Only 2-hour coverage. Just wanted to get something in today, so that way I could help you guys get weather aware. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell set to all. Hit the like button on the stream and share the channel with your family, friends, social media. Thank you, mods from on chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here once again. And I will catch you guys on Tuesday. Still got 20 more seconds left before I can play the outro music.
Well, I wish I could say something.
No, you don't get to say nothing. You gotta go get food.
Alright.
I say bye.
Alright, see you, chat. Love y'all. I don't got time to do anything else. Love y'all, man.
Alright, I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, horse free weather. Goodbye.
See you later, brothers.
I'll see you guys Tuesday. Thank you, boss, for watching out. See you guys all in the next one. Stay safe. Watch the video, brother. Goodbye.